Well, hello, thanks for coming back to check out another video. So we are here today to do an introduction. I could not be happier. I tried to do this project pan last year, but then the move and everything else got a hold of me and I couldn't finish it. So I'm super excited to join in this year. This is the Graveyard Project Pan. This is the third year that it is going on, if I am not mistaken. So this is a project pan that was created by the lovely Emily. Her YouTube channel name is emilynmax. You guys probably have heard me mention her name quite a few times on this channel because she's also the mastermind behind the Deck of Panning Project Pan. She just comes up with some really creative ideas. This one is totally centered around Halloween, which, hello, is the best holiday and my favorite holiday. And it being the best holiday is not an opinion, that is a fact. So, super excited. Let me just quickly go over the rules for you guys. I'm going to leave everything that you will need to know in the description box though too, in case you want to reference that or join along or anything like that. But yeah, so this is the Graveyard Project Pan. Like I said, this starts on April 30th and it runs until October 31st. You don't do monthly updates. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to. Emily is not like a stickler for rules. She is very much a do what works for you kind of person. She just more makes guidelines. So updates every other month, which is what I will be doing. So it's April 30th, then June 30th, and then July, August, then you do September. It'll be in the description box because my brain can't think of that. Anyway, it's 5 to 10 items. I tend to have 6 in. I just feel like that's a good even number. I mean, it is a number, but I mean, it's an even number. You can tell I haven't filmed in a while. So yeah, I'm gonna do 6, but I believe you could have 5 to 10 or even more if you really wanted to. So there are 2 categories. This is how you pick out your items. You have your collecting cobwebs, which are items in your collection that are obviously getting old. They're close to expiring. You just don't reach for them. You need that like push, we will say. Then the second category you have are your resurrection or graveyard items. So these are items that you have worked on in the past and you did not, like you just didn't meet your goal on them, or you maybe met your goal, but now you want to bring them back and re-resurrect them and finish them off within this project pan. So I just really love the idea of this. I think it is great. I do have 3 resurrection items and 3 collecting cobwebs items. So we will get right on into this. Like I said though, everything is in the description box. The only other thing that I want to say to you before we do get into this, I am filming this super early. It's like April, no. Yeah, it's April. It is April. I was about to say, no, it's February 10th. That would be way too early. It is April 10th when I am filming this. I am not going to count. Some of the items have usage goals. Some of them have to that I want to finish off within this. So the items that I want to finish off within this, I will not use until April 30th. Scouts promise. The items with usage goals, if I happen to use those before April 30th starts, those usages won't count until, like, you know what I mean? I won't count those usages until April 30th. I won't count. I don't know how to phrase that, but you get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's just get on into this. Oh, the struggle is always real with Haley. Anyway, so my resurrection items, these are 3 items that I have worked on previously and didn't meet my goals on. So I want to bring them in and, you know, finish them off. So the first one we're going to do is a body care item. Now, I cannot for the life of me actually remember if I was working on this, but I'm always low-key panning body care within my collection. So this is from Bath & Body Works. This is in the scent Bonfire Bash, which is vanilla bourbon, creamy sandalwood, and cashmere musk. This is one of those like late summer, very like warm scents that kind of transition you really well into fall. I'm sick of looking at this within my closet. You can see like I've used up this much of it. This is all we have left. Get it out of here. Stop letting these kinds of things hang around. Like, I don't know why I do that, where I'll use something and then put it up and then I just don't finish it. This is from summer 2021. So like, I don't really like to have body lotions in my collection or, you know, any type of like body care item in my collection that's over a year old. So I just want to get this finished off and used up. Again, not really sure if it was in like an official project, but I'm still going to count it in my resurrection since there is so much use on it. This other thing, the next item, I had this in Partners in Cream at the beginning of the year. And I just got sick of it and I rolled it out. So I'm going to bring it back in with the goal to finish it off. We're going to try again. So this is my lip gloss from ColourPop. This is from their Limoncello collection. The label on mine has completely worn off, but this is in the shade Tap In. So if I hold this up, Can you, I mean, I'm blocking the viewfinder, but can you see all of that gaping? Maybe there's a lot of windowing. Hopefully the ring light isn't washing that out too terribly much. I don't think that this will take a lot to finish it off. It's just a matter of wanting to, you know what I mean? I'm a little bit burnt out of my brown lip glosses, but here is a swatch of it. It is very pretty. It's one of my favorite type of shades. I just have so many browns. This smells nice. It smells like lemon vanilla pound cake. But yeah, I just have so many browns in my collection, and so I will use one up and then kind of get tired and not touch the rest of them. That's what happened with this one. The stopper is still in on this. It is very much goopy and messy even with the stopper in, so I'm a little bit like nervous to eventually have to take the stopper out, but that is not something I need to address right now because there's still a lot of product coming out on this. But yeah, I want to bring this in with the goal to finish this off. So then the next resurrection, well, the last resurrection item that we will talk about, this was in my deck of panning, Project Pan. I had pulled a random color generator and got like this really pretty icy purple, and so I picked an eyeshadow to work on, and I just did not meet my 22 uses. I think I finished off with like 8 uses. So it was my Sugar Drizzle Frosty Flamingo palette. Now this palette is super pretty. I just wanted to like roll it out because I was like, I'm getting burnt out on the purples and I don't want to like focus in on this palette and make myself hate it. So the shade I was working on was this Flamingo Baby shade. That is not the shade that I'm going to work on within this Project Pan because it is a really pretty shade, but it's just not one that I want to gravitate towards right now. However, I kind of want to resurrect this palette and get those uses in it that I had intended for. So I'm actually going to try to hit pan in a shade within this palette. The shade that I'm aiming for is the like duo multi-chrome Pinkaberry right here. Maybe if I do this, can you guys see like the shift in it? I don't know. Let me give you a swatch of it and we will see if you can see the shift that way. But it is just this really pretty, like intense, goes from like all these really pretty like pinks and purples to like this lighter kind of green shade. Just super pretty. Really love it. The whole palette is worth it just for that shade in my opinion. But yeah, hopefully you guys can tell I already have a really good dip starting in that shade. If I maybe angle it this way, that is my favorite shade out of the palette. So that is how I'm going to redeem myself, is hit pan in this shadow. Okay, so let's talk about collecting cobwebs. Again, these are items that you just are neglecting to use or they are getting ready to expire and go off on you. So I do have one with a goal to finish off and then 3 items with usage goals. So anyway, let's start with the one that I want to finish off. This is just a little sample guide. It's still in the box. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer. I got this, I think, is like the free birthday gift from Ulta last year. So it's getting ready to be a year old, but here, you know, it's just a little deluxe size guy. I think there is 1/2 ml in this. Yeah, 1/2 ml or 0.28 fluid ounces. So not very much. I just keep like passing this over. I want to try this. I want to try this in like the summer where it's very humid and hot, and like this probably would be great and like really make my makeup last long. But I just keep like, no, I'll pull it out later. I'll pull it out later. Like I want to save it. I don't know what my hang up is. This isn't like limited edition. Like I could buy this if I wanted to. So I'm going to bring it into here with the goal to finish it off. I'm going to push myself to use that. So that is our first item, that is collecting cobwebs. Never been used. The next one, this was sweetly sent to me from Laura, and I really do enjoy using this. I just forget to reach for it. So this is one of the Louise colored bases. This is in the shade Poppin Pink, if I'm not mistaken. Really pretty, really fun. Like I said, I do enjoy using this. You do have to shake them up just a little bit. I was going to give you like a swatch of it just so you could see. But I absolutely love wearing this when I do either pink looks or purple looks. It really helps to transform those shadows. So there is a little swatch of it. It is a super pretty pink shade. But yeah, I forget to reach for it, even though I do enjoy it and have a lot of fun with it. How many times can I repeat myself? Anyway, I want to give myself the goal to use this 10 times within this project and then roll it out. I just feel like that'll be, hopefully throughout those 10 uses, it'll make me think of this more and think to reach for it more. Okay, so the last 2 things I'm bringing in, I'm going to count as one spot. Now, I have 4 of the Kaleidos Futurism eyeshadow palettes. I really love the Kaleidos formula. Whatever it is this year, though, I'm struggling to reach for my Futurism palette. It's just super weird. So since I have 4 of them, I'm going to bring them in 2 at a time with the goal to use every shade within the palettes. There's 6 shadows in each palette. Want to use every shade 2 times. So hopefully through this project, I can cycle through all 4 of my palettes and get some really great uses on them and, you know, just love them a little bit more. So the 2 that I'm going to first bring in, I'm going to bring in the Futurism one, which is the Sci-Fi Green. This one has unfortunately been discontinued. I don't know why they did that. I don't know who makes these decisions, but they weren't asking my opinion. So this is what this one looks like on the inside. Just a really pretty, like, grungy green gold color story, right up Haley's alley. And then the other one, let me put my little sleeve back in there because they don't print the shade names on these palettes. The other one that I'm going to bring in is the Futurism 6, which is the Lunar Lavender. This is their more like cool toned purple leaning palette. Really pretty. I know it's not like, this isn't like the color story that I would gravitate towards for this time of year. However, I think that this will pair really nicely with that Frosty Flamingo palette, and that I will be able to reach for both of them together and really create some interesting looks. So yeah, my goal is to use each shadow within here 2 times. Very excited to get the use on that. But yeah, that is it. That is all I have for this introduction. Again, everything that you need to, like a community playlist, any type of thing like that, will be in the description box down below if there is one. And like I said, even though this is being filmed on April 10th, I promise to you I will not use these things or count any usages until the 30th when this project pan officially starts. But I'm excited to see everyone else's intro. I really do enjoy this, like I said before, and I appreciate you so much for being here and watching this, and I hope you're having a good day, a good night, or a good whatever, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!